Hey, there we go. Okay. Oh, so much gas. Started off on a gassy stream. Not a good sign. Feck, what did everyone want me to do? Here's a question. Let's have a look. Go to Eternal Community. And the poll says shiny hunting for the next challenge. Okay. And that one is the only one that I can really do. Alright. Alright, sure. Something to my eye. God damn it. Well, I think I know what I want to do. I've still got my play. Let's just double check this is working. Yeah, sweet. Line everything up. So I don't have to click away. And let's transition. Do it. Want to place the camera? Bang. There we go. Big old mug. Oh, I could have hid the guide for the image. Oh. God, I look like a... It's not even a hot hay fevery mess. It's just a hay fevery mess. And I'm hoping... the audio could be better. Oh, no momento. Let's pick this up. Here we go. I should be a ton better. Because the light's above me now. So let's see. I'm hunting a water type. So I need 4 cucumbers, a pickle, and any 2 herba except sweet and sour or double sweet. Easy enough. And the stream seems nice and stable. No, it's just going into the sunset. God damn it, I waited for daytime as well. Let's go down to the beach and do it. Is there a beach around here? No, I'm just gaslighting myself. I'm wondering how long this is going to take and how many extra Pokemon I'm going to get that aren't the one I'm looking for. Because I'll explain roughly what the challenge is in vaguish terms in a bit. So you know why I'm going for the Pokemon I am. Let's do this beach. Can I not on this beach? No, that's stupid. Is it because it still counts as hair garden? Fine, I'll just do it here. I was probably going to say a hill now. No, play safe. I swear they did this. How in my many hours of playing this game have I not picked up this item? Or the one behind it? Screw it, let's just go up here. Oh my god, it's hot. Said every British person in the last... I say 24 hours, but we've had longer than 24 hours. And it's been like thundering outside. Okay. Let's double check the recipe before I mess it up. 4 cucumber and a pickle. And none of the obvious wrong ones. I'm just going to quickly save just so I don't waste any. Picnic. Actually, I want to change the stream title. Shiny Water Pokemon is just too generic. Shiny Water Hunting, that's better. And just another reminder for Cucumber and Pickle. Okay, I can't forget that now. Let's make sandwich. And hopefully I've got everything for Cucumber and the Pickle. Creative mode. 3, 4 and a Pickle. Next. Sweet and bitter, why not? And shove a sword in it. Because let's shove the wrong game in it. To be fair, they should have really made a shield one. And Pickle. They'll stack best on bottom. Not that this sandwich is going to look any good, because, you know, it's just a sandwich in this game. You can make it look horrific and it'll still apparently taste great. One on the end, and feck. No, oh, okay. I've got to purely guess behind my camera. I should rarely have my preview without the camera, so I can see what I'm doing. Oh, there's more, apparently. There are 4 loads. It will stop me as soon as I'm done, right? Yep, okay. I got to go over there, shove a sword in it, done. And let's get, hopefully, all the encounter powers I need. And hopefully the encounter counter isn't covering it. Oh, gotta press A. Looks good so far. God, just keep catching myself a look. Oh, half dead, sparkling power, title power. Yeah, that looks right. Okay, pack up. There we go. So, to roughly explain without spoiling the video, even though when I get it done I will spoil it right at the start, because that's kind of the point. I'm looking for a Magikarp around here specifically because they're low level and you can get them at like level 2. Hey, how's it going, bud? You could go. Came in just the perfect time. I'm explaining why the hell I'm hunting for a shiny Magikarp of all things. That's specifically because you can find it around level 2. And I'm doing a challenge start to finish. So I kind of want it the lowest level it can be. And because the lower the level, the more it's going to come off like I hate myself, which is obviously the impression I want to give. Oh, one Pokemon like am I going to need to check what Arrokuda looks like? Or at least check Arrokuda's shiny. Nice. I mean, you did the reverse way of what I did pretty much. 1 second, I'm just looking up Arrokuda and then I'll read the rest of your message. Because I'm going to be too paranoid about seeing it shiny. Because it's a very generic water sandwich I've gone. Oh, it's just blue. Yeah, I haven't been too bad. Through most of my long days in work, at least for this week. Less travel, but oh my god. It's just gotten hotter. So I don't really have easy days in work because the UK is not built for heat. Other countries get way hotter, but we're just not built for heat in the slightest. I need to find the golden one. Hey. No, I tried working out. What HS. I feel like I'm being really dumb. Because my brain just went heart silver and I'm so... Oh, nice. My brain went heart silver and could not get off heart silver. I was like, that is only half right in 2 ways. Oh, and there's going to be Wingle, isn't there? Yeah, nice. So you're not going to like summer jobs all that in between? Are you just going to do what I'm jealous of all the kids, like just on summer holidays on, have nice 6 weeks off? 6 to 8 weeks? I don't know how it works in Canada. Not going to lie. I barely know how it works over here. Do I need to go further round? Because I feel like I'm not getting many Magikarp. Nice. I'm really tempted. I know I shouldn't because I should settle into a job for once. But I'm tempted to look for a job where I can work a bit more from home because I do kind of miss it from my last job. Like I do like working in an office, but I'm way more productive in an office, I'm not going to lie. But just working from home, there's just something nice about being able to do other bits and distract yourself. So the bit of your brain that's not actually doing any work, that can be distracted by I don't know, randomly shiny hunting on the side while you're actually doing productive bits. I'm best of both worlds there. Good pain, you don't have to be social. For someone, like, I claim I'm antisocial all the time. But I have a social mindset that I can slip into. Especially consider... What was that? I will randomly stop every now and again when I get distracted. Yeah. I have, like, what I call the performer mindset, I guess. So it's just a different kind of character that I play. Where it's just me trying to bring energy out in other people because I've had to do, like, a lot of interviews and filming over the last week. And I just kind of got in a row with it and figured that, oh, this is just something I subconsciously do all the time. Especially when you got people who are really nervous on camera and you got to try and coax a bit of excitement out of them or just make them feel relaxed. Because, God love her, there was one woman who was... She didn't sound nervous, but she looked nervous, if that makes any sense. It's like she was reading off a script and she sounded okay, but the minute I asked a question, she was shaking like a leaf and I felt so bad for her. But I was like, I've been told by the boss to film everyone. And it's Masquerade, my favourite's evolved. Say the line, Bart. The amount of stuff in the comments that people like quoted back like, oh yeah, shit, I did say that, didn't I? Clicks bait every time. Safari Week was just the equivalent to that, but catches every Pokemon that I say I'm going to catch, pretty much. I think it was actually in the one stream I did for Safari Week before it just got super demotivating when I wasn't finding anything. I did get really efficient. I think I ended off around 9,000 encounters, but still nothing. It was so annoying. Because even with it being mostly a failure, I was still trying to make a story to put the video out. And I was like, all I need is one shiny. Surely I'm not asking a lot. And I got to like double odds and nothing. I was like, you know what? It's a bust. Yeah, it's, as much as I didn't get any shinies, I am looking forward to shiny hunting next year for Safari Week. Because I feel like towards the end, I got in a decent rhythm of it. And especially like I broke out the auto counter for the shinies, which just meant I could focus on powering through encounters. And then I just shoved like a podcast on, or like TV shows that I wanted to catch up on. Yeah, only 51 weeks. I'll just keep it going for Safari month. That was half while like in a poll I out on YouTube. I was just like, you know what? Do we just keep it going? Just cause. And there was the other part of my brain going, God, I hope this doesn't get picked. And when I was like, do the shiny hunting for the next challenge, I was like, thank God. And then I checked it just before I started. I was like, please don't let it have swapped. I've already set up the file. Yeah, it was just because it was more testing how many people would, or if there's like an audience for posts on it, because the channel's kind of had stupid growth at the minute, and I've got to gauge who's there. Because I feel like there's a little bit of a fire, and if I can stoke it enough and keep it going, my goal is just getting partnered with the channel now, because it's a relatively small goal considering I've already done half of it. The next goal is just 1,000 subs, which just means hopefully I put out more what people are calling good videos. Or just for me, more videos that I'm proud of. And the subs hopefully come. And hopefully just kind of like keep building that. Just keep doing it. Or OnlyFans, you know, translate those subs to OnlyFans. And the profit margin goes from like this much to like way up there, plus sweat patch and all. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious where it's going, because I do just load up YouTube. YouTube Studio has now become my most opened app on my phone, which is so dumb. But I just love loading it up every now and again and going, so is it still doing good? It should have gotten worse by now, and just being baffled every time I check back. Surely no one's still subscribing, and it went over 300. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Who or why? And then getting the comments that come in trying to like point out something wrong, but I don't want to be a dick. I'm like, can I win these over? Can I just be too nice of a person and just be fair to them? And it's worked once or twice. There was one before. What was it? I don't remember the person saying specifically, and I'm kind of happy I don't, because I don't want to call anyone out. Like, there's so much misinformation in the video, and I was like, fair enough. Like, correct me, go for it. I don't mind. Make the world a better place. Just don't be a dick about it, and he wasn't. And I saw the other, like, generally good video there. I was like, fair enough. It's my goal in life. Be too nice that people can't be a dick to you. And then when people actually get to know me, be a dick to them. Have them be a dick back to you, and then be too nice so they feel bad about being a dick to you. You coax them into it. It's like a honey trap. I feel like that's a lot of all the dicks are social. The shiny hunt on Twitch. It's a lot of social media people who get into it for the wrong reason. Like, I'm just lucky I've got a decent paying job, and I'm just kind of doing this for fun. And if I could make it my job, God, I've got perspective of stuff that I don't like doing. Have you never heard of honey trap? I think it's used. I don't know. I've heard it a lot in like crime documentaries, but you put obviously something people want. Yeah, you know what? Yeah. See, you got it. It's that whole. The other comment I've been getting a lot is like, "Oh my God, your accent." It's like it's either really good or people go, "That just sounds like gibberish." I'm just like, yeah. Any British accent that isn't a Cockney London accent just sounds like gibberish around the world. Especially Irish or Scottish. Which is annoying because I can't do a decent Cockney accent, but the only accent I can slip into really naturally is an Irish one. And I mean, I guess it's just what I was brought up with. What am I proportion-wise? I'm a quarter Irish and a half Cypriot. Which I can't speak Greek for the life of me. I can understand it, but I can do a pretty good, like, Gringlish accent. Which is just offensive to my nan, very specifically. English, French, and Scottish. None of that's like Canadian at all. You're just full on immigrant. Which, to be fair, if it was one generation off, I think I'd be the same and just be considered full immigrant. I'm surprised I haven't found one yet. I can't even see what's left on the timer because of the... Why am I counting the encounters? That is a good point, me. Well done, me. There we go. 16 minutes. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So there's some whatever the rest of the proportion is Canadian. Might be important if you ever like go on holiday and you want to come back into the country, maybe mention the fact that you're Canadian. No, I just come from foreign lands. I'm definitely not invading your country. I just want to go home, I swear. Have I not seen any yet? Did I even finish it? Explaining the point of like why I'm hunting a Magikarp. I did not. So oh my god, is that the first thing you've ever sewn? Is my first question, because that's an endeavour for the first. And my second question is, why did I think I had a second question? And I'm more just baffled than anything. Any of them? None. I'm annoyed that I can't... Wait. Could I picnic encounter up here? Oh, okay, so you didn't just like dive in the deep end. I'm just gonna, before I try explaining the rest of the video, let's see if I can squeeze a picnic on here. No. Okay, I mean, I'm just gonna very ignorantly say, yeah, they're the same. Like, they're obviously transferable skills. I'm not just being completely... What's the word? Stupid? To be fair, it's only because I've had it hammered into me by my mum. The fact that I know the difference between knitting and crocheting. And even then... It's been a fair bit of time since she's corrected me that my brain's like, you don't really need to remember that, do you? There's no imminent danger of just bringing up past. I was going to say launching a slipper. My mum is the calmest person ever, but God, she's one of those, like, you don't want to piss off the quiet person. I said that, and I will say many things that I'll come to regret. Wait. There it is. Okay. Ease into it. Hey, got it. Well, not yet. Oh, it's level 11. Okay. I've got it. I would like a lower level, because I want to use it from the start, and a level 11 is pretty high to use from the start of a game. But I'm still going to be happy with it, because it's actually the second shiny Magikarp I've got in this. Or was that my... It's the annoying thing, because I've got a Scarlet and Violet save, and I can't remember what shinies and what now. Which, for one of the shorts, I've got an idea for. I'm going to set... Oh, wait, sorry. Gonna very... Yeah, it wasn't this. Oh, and is it marked? It's a good question. It's got Swift Swim, so it's got decent ability. No ribbon. Yeah, I prefer it closer to level 2, but I'll make that one a Red Gyarados. I think I got distracted again. Yeah, the lower the level, because essentially, I'm assuming you've seen like level 100 gauntlet stuff. 12 minutes left on this. So I want to do that pretty much. But every Pokemon I get in a playthrough has to be level 100 because the idea doesn't have legs unless I do it that way. And there's obviously a gimmick because you don't do one of those without a gimmick. And it's a physical, like, torture one. Torture being very loosely used, considering I love me a good bit of cardio. What are my notes for it? Yeah, it's in Sword and Shield. So weirdly, this, whatever Magikarp I end up using is going to go back in time to Sword and Shield. Yeah, it's getting into summer. It is full on gym time. And to be fair, I love the gym, but I've been loving my home circuits a bit more as well. So I like wake up, do my gym set before I get to work, and then at night, so I'm not rushing to the gym later on, I'll just do like body weight full hit sessions. I mean, if you don't like the people there, that's why you just, the glory of noise cancelling headphones. Shove your phone or, well, I was going to say, or whatever you listen to, thinking of like an iPod. People don't have them anymore. Shove your phone up to max volume, noise cancelling on. Don't need to pay attention to anyone but the loud friggin' announcements every time that cut through the music. Loud safety announcements. Oh. I mean, I can say one that a girl in work has complained about. There's someone who I'm just looking at the camera now, I'm so sweaty. There's a girl in her gym who she currently calls the OnlyFans girl. And just out of view, she couldn't see her anywhere in the gym. But God, everyone could hear her. And there are only certain noises that you do during certain activities, to put in a very roundabout way. And that's definitely what they were assuming she was doing. And they probably went wrong. Yeah, my thing with the noise cancelling headphones though is less the talking to people. Because let's be honest, you can go into a gym and if you don't want to talk to people, it is very easy not to. It's a terrible playlists. People grunting in the background because they're lifting big heavy weights, heavier than they can actually lift. They're also the guys that slam them down and they're just trying to sound big and strong to all the other men in the gym, or the single girl that's like over in the corner trying to deliberately stay away from him. So just shove the noise cancelling on and drown those specific people out. That was one hell of a tangent. You are the OnlyFans girl. I mean, to each their own. You're not hurting anyone. Do what makes you happy. Yeah, you quickly back down from that one. I kind of knew, but I was like, ooh, will you fall for it? You're just slightly too smart to fall for that one. To be fair, if the cardio stuff wasn't just central, I'd be in the corner, happily just in my own little world, watching whatever I want on my phone. Is that? No, it wasn't. That was Paranoia. Although I've lost all shame for what I watch in the gym now, because I was like, I used to try and look normal. I was like, I'll just watch stuff on Netflix or like Disney Plus or wherever, like things normal people watch. And I'm just like, yeah, screw it. What friggin' YouTubers released a Minecraft series or a shiny hunting Pokemon video or whatever. It's like, whatever I feel like, because let's be honest, I'm not trying to impress everyone if I am drowning in sweat at the end of my cardio session. It's like, no one's impressed by that and everyone just thinks it's gross. So why am I trying to look normal and attractive for people after it? Dance Moms is such a specific thing that, like, a good section of my family were into. It's just not for me. Which, I don't know. I wanted to say it's the same section of my family that were all into RuPaul's, which it's just a little too fake for me. Like, I can see why people like it, but I can't get past the fakeness of RuPaul's. But even then, some people who absolutely love RuPaul in my family don't like Dance Moms. And it feels weird saying mums, because it's such a not British word. It's like Dance Moms. Mainly because that's also how I heard it constantly. Anyone there? No, I'm surprised I haven't seen a shiny Wingull so far. 6 minutes. I'm actually kind of annoyed that I haven't had a show that I've been addicted to recently. Mainly just, I think I just haven't had the time between everything else. Like, I've pretty much been finished. No worries. I just keep talking to myself as per. Gotta make the VODs sound good. Even though no one watches them. It's funny because it's true. Yeah, what was I talking about? Completely lost my train of thought. Because I made myself laugh. My brain found something funny and made itself laugh. And thought was gone. Is that no? Shelda always looks shiny to me. Yeah, no, not shiny Weasel. Which I would like. I haven't had a shiny Weasel so far. God, I'm just happy to have consistent music. The fact that I had the 2 games going at once, but only one had audio. I don't know why I didn't just put the in-game music on for that, to be fair. Just can't... Oh, Araguda. Although I would have been constantly swapping from, like, Overworld to battle music every 10 seconds. Which would have annoyed the hell out of me. And baseline, I want to make stuff that I want to watch. Because I'm selfish in that way. But it also means standards are a lot higher than some people. Not naming names, but sometimes you can tell when something's clearly shut out. I wonder if it's because I'm going in the South Paldea Sea that they're higher. Like maybe if I stick closer to the coast, there'll be a lower level. You just stick in South Province 1. Question is, do I reset? So it must be 3 minutes. If I get another low level or one that I really want, I probably won't reset. But if it's just that one Magikarp, considering I've already got a Magikarp and I'm not too bothered about the Gyarados because I've got one in Shield. played too many Pokemon games, at least on Switch specifically. It's hard to keep track. Although they were events. Like, they weren't actually super hard to get those Magikarp. And I think the same with a Gorgeist. Maybe one other. It's actually one of the ideas for shorts. It's a weird glowing spot on the horizon. Yeah, one of the ideas for shorts was to just bring in all my shinies from different games and just kind of go over stories of how or why I've got them. Which it'd be sort of more interesting for like the 3DS games and stuff like that. Because if I go back far enough, they are just full odds random shinies. And then later on in the series, like I think it was Sun and Moon, they're deliberately hunted. And honestly, some of the fun hunter did. They've got stuff like a shiny Lycanroc and Vikavolt in there. Just because I thought they were great shinies. Minute left on this. And then there's some, I think I've actually got shiny events as well. Just thrown in the group. I think. Although mythicals and the likes of that would just stay in those games because I don't like moving them out. And oh my god, I looked at the preview, saw the mountain come into view and thought it was a person for a second. Yeah, sandwich. I might consider a bust and reset it. Considering I'll only lose one Magikarp. There's just not a great place to kind of reset. Because I can't do it on this beach unless I can do it in this one bit. I mean, that's all slope. Yeah, there's not going to be anywhere where I can do a nice reset. 7 seconds, can I find one in 7 seconds? If it's a Safari week of just find challenges to entertain myself. I was so annoyed. Because on the stream that's backed up on the VOD channel, which depending on where you're watching it on this channel, I was looking for, or just like guessing family members. Eventually I started looking for twins, and it was only when I stopped recording it for like the last 1,000 or so encounters, I found like 2-3 sets of twins in a row, which were just the same Pokemon, same gender, same level. Don't have the same ability or anything because I couldn't check them. But near enough as far as I could tell, the same Pokemon in each game. I was so annoyed that it was when I wasn't recording. Because that was going to be one of like the random offhanded jokes in that video. So like, I just went into it and just started looking for a new family and just crap like that. Like spin a negative into a positive. And essentially just filler. Because when I say I make stuff that I want to watch, I don't mind if stuff's there just to fill dead air. As long as there's effort that's went into it and it isn't just filler. So if you use like Dragon Ball Z as an example, it isn't just them screaming for episodes on episodes. It's more of like the random arcs they throw in where there's been at least a little bit of effort Where did I do the pick? I can do it up here. I found this battle sound, the battle theme in the Scarlet and Violet OST, and I was wondering where it was used. Just randomly found it then. Oh yeah, but that's what I was talking about. Yeah, more like the Garlic Jr. filler, and not just random cuts to Gohan and Piccolo doing something while Goku screams for a few episodes. For them and them, and let's go bitter and sour. I'm actually going to turn my camera off for this bit so I can see all the ingredients. I'm going to try and go quick. Obviously, as soon as I say I'm going to try and go quick, I instantly don't pick up the thing I'm trying to pick up. I just realized I accidentally picked good colours to go with this sandwich, and it's just all green. By sheer luck, because I was not paying attention to that. Or the fact that I need a drink. And my throat's super dry. Oh, show that there. Let's bring the camera back. It still annoys me that they get rid of the pick even though you spend more on the pick. And it makes no difference. Although I guess you can't eat the pick, but even then, why put it in? Oh, excuse me. And pack up and go. So, that's South Area Province 1. What's this counted as? And how far out can I go? I got a fair bit of room to try and keep them low level. And Cabo Poco should still keep them low level. Now time to just keep chatting shit, I guess. Keep talking to myself. Like any good YouTuber, which apparently I am now. I made one video, I'm a great YouTuber. Technically I made 2 if you're going to count the short. I still find it funny retrospectively. They're just like, oh, I'll be happy if that gets 100 views. And it got 100 views. Like, oh, I made up with this. And now it's like, ugh. How many views has it got? Shit, this might actually be a thing that I have to think about taking seriously. Yes, I'm wasting shiny time looking this up. 28, almost 29,000 views. And I was expecting 100. The thing's almost got, I think, 1,000 likes. No, not, what am I on about? No, I might be right. Not quite that close, but I can see it eventually getting there. Unless I've fully hit the reserve of everyone who's into that video idea. It should be fair. It's definitely now, if not now. Because I should have hit that cap. The ceiling for everyone who'd like that. Do 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 do. Oh, and I've just realised the one reason that I might have to go back to Pokemon Go, because I just looked at the date. I might have to go back for Shiny Melton, because the only Pokemon that will be stuck in there, at least for the foreseeable. The thing, I was looking it up the other day, I don't know why. It's one of those perfect timing things where it's just like, well, I wonder getting Shiny Melton if it's like possible. It is possible. I missed the last one that was apparently in March, but then another article said there's like a TCG crossover event thing that's apparently going to let the shiny spawn. So I was about to turn on the jet and it jumped out the water. So I guess I got to jump back in for that. But I also need to get more box spaces for Pokemon, which is frustrating. Because at the minute, I've only got room for one to like catch, transfer. Oh, that's shiny. Let's scroll through all my Pokemon because I want to try and keep as many as possible. So I might actually have to play it properly to get enough coins from gyms to upgrade my storage, because I don't want to give them real world money. Which, to be fair, while I'm doing the challenge for the video that I'm getting this shiny for, I'll be with you there. Money is overrated, but sadly necessary. Yeah, while I'm doing the challenge for this video that the shiny's for, I might be able to like 2 birds, 1 stone and get Pokecoins. And just make my life easy. But I just don't want to play Pokemon Go. I'd be even more annoyed if the only way to get... I mean, I say if they will make shiny Roman form Gimmighoul only available in that game. There is no doubt about it. It is bottom tier, below Pokemon Red and Blue. I love those games for nostalgia reasons, but I can fully admit, not good games. Although, to be fair, one of the things I want to try and tick off a bit more this year is Pokemon games that I haven't played, because I realise I'm missing a chunk. One of them's expensive. Again, I don't know. I'm biased with Ruby, Sapphire and Emerald because they were what cemented me into Pokemon. Because that was a generation that properly got me into it. Because I've been playing since like the first gen games. I didn't end up getting bought the second gen games. I'd only kind of borrowed them off friends and played through, or kind of seen other people play them. But third gen, I vividly remember, and I don't know why, just walking around Toys R Us with my mum, and she's like, "Oh, just pick a game," and I saw Emerald on the shelf, and it was a pre-order one. I was like, "Oh, I really wanted the new Pokemon game, and I haven't seen all these Pokemon." And she was really let down that it was a pre-order, but she pre-ordered it for me, and I was just baffled by that, because I think that was probably the first game ever pre-ordered. For me, specifically. Not the first game ever pre-ordered, like, in general, like, all the party, like, poppers and confetti just went off when she pre-ordered. Like, it's the first one! No, she, like, pre-ordered for me, but felt that bad that she didn't get me a game on the day that she also got me the Lego Star Wars trilogy I think it was, for Game Boy Advance. Which, in hindsight, not a great game, but I love that. And yeah, Diamond and Pearl was kind of the same way. Because they were the ones where I first got into like the launch hype of the games. Like fully, they released the decks, I looked it up, I built my team beforehand, I was like, I'm going to catch this one, this one, this one. But, oh my god, especially compared to Platinum, those games are terrible. Good games, but compared to Platinum, horrific. Half an hour for a Chansey to die. And the slow frame rate. Because it was the first time they tried implementing 3D. I can understand that view purely just because of the newer. And honestly, look nicer, although I still like the charm of original Diamond and Pearl better. But yeah, no, I'm still personally biased to Platinum, and I do want to. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. I want to get a version of Platinum, mainly because I lost my original Diamond with my DS Lite, I want to say. I don't know where. That was like in a stint where I just kept losing DSs every year. Which, thinking of it now, I reckon my mum and dad just kept like going, oh, you lost it, and just selling them, getting me the new one, because I'd always weirdly get it for Christmas that year, and I'd lose it towards the end of the year. Sorry, I'm just reading back through. Yeah, just being able to play it on TV, I give you that, like, freaking creaky chair. Being able to play it on both, not just a TV, I'll say. Because it still looks near enough just as good handheld, which is extreme bonus to those games. And yeah, all Gen 1 to 4. The whole reason I went and did... The whole reason I started with those for the living decks, because they're just pretty much complete Gen 1 to 4. Missing maybe... What was it? No, they had Mewtwo. You could get Mew. I think they had everything but Deoxys and Celebi. Yeah. I think they were the ones I was missing. It's weird now that I have to remember my own freaking video. And I am my own reference. I'm like a terrible Wikipedia article. Who said this? I did. And I am always right. None of them. Rakuda. How long have I got left on this sandwich? Sandwich. 20 minutes. It might seem like I'm just pandering to comments, but genuinely, I am planning to like slowly chip away in an Origin Dex. Especially since I've got the 3DS Virtual Console games. Because I fully just... When they were going offline, I just bought every one. Even though I was like, I'm probably not going to play most of these. Because it's like, yeah, I bought Crystal because it's the feature complete second gen games. But then I also bought Gold and Silver, knowing I'm probably never going to get to them. I bought Yellow because it's kind of feature complete versions, although it's a bit of a weird one in that sense. And then I also bought Red and Blue. So I've at least got Gen 1 and Gen 2. Gen 3 is a bit of the awkward one. But I do have my version of Emerald. If I do stuff with... So some of the games I want to go back and play. Like Colosseum and XD, Gale of Darkness and stuff like that. Especially since I've got the Wii with the GameCube ports in it. And I want to hook that all up. And to be fair, if I wanted to do it on stream, I just need a SCART to HDMI adapter. Yeah, they did a fair bit of coverage for Gen 5. Slightly less than Gen 6, but they still gave it a little bit of love with like Skiddo and that. And I'm now properly learning the difference between Gen 5 and Gen 6 because they are the generation I get confused the most. I just have to remember Gen 6 is the actual 3D game. And it seems to help. Yeah. Gen 5 is the... I was surprised how expensive Gen 5 was, to be fair. Because that's the other one. I think I've mentioned this before. Black 2 and White 2 are a gap in the core series for me. But I think, like I also said, I went and bought a copy of Y. And that was only maybe... I want to say £25. Like... Not much at all compared to you can look for a copy of Black and White and it can be upwards of £130, if not more. And that's from a place where I pretty much know it's not going to be a clone, but I still feel ripped off for paying that much for them. And what was the other one I was looking for? Ah, it's going to annoy me now. Because what I'm thinking, while it's still... Wait, is that a shiny? No. While it's still relatively common, I'm filling out my Switch titles. Especially because I'm probably going to be using them a fair bit more than the other games as well. So... while I was doing... God, what was that noise? While I was doing the decks, I was using my brother-in-law's copy of Shan and Pearl. But for Safari Week, I bought my own copy of Shan and Pearl, so I had the collection. And then obviously for Scarlet and Violet, I bought both versions. And Sword and Shield, I just need Sword. It's annoying me that if I get Sword, I'll then also have to buy the DLC for it because it'll annoy me that I can only do DLC in one version. Same with Scarlet and Violet. I'm going to have to buy both versions of DLC. Because I hate calling it OCD, but you know exactly what I mean when I say my OCD won't let me not have the DLC available in one of the games that I actually own. I was fine only owning the DLC for Shield because I don't own a copy of Sword. I just need to get it like properly diagnosed, but that also means I have to go to a hospital, and I avoid the hospitals like the plague. Although I definitely think, maybe not OCD, but definitely like some spectrum of ADHD. Especially considering you know how I describe my brain. Like... Everyone I know has actually been diagnosed with ADHD. They're like, yep, it's exactly how I am. I'm like, oh God. I'm on a spectrum and I just hate that I don't know if I am. I'd rather just know. Might make my life easier. I feel like getting diagnosed is half the battle. One, because mental health is so just misunderstood. So if you get the wrong doctor, they may just try and like fob you off and just be like, no, you're just lying. You're just making it up because you want to be special. I feel like I go the opposite way. It's like, you want to test me for autism? Go for it. I'm definitely not autistic. And then they probably fully look at me and go, to an autistic person, take up and just shut down. What do I say? I don't actually know what an autistic person would react like in this situation. Are you really up on there then? Oh, there's a way about music again. The other thing I want to like properly do tests for, which apparently there's no proper test, but like food allergies and crap like that. Because I don't want to get like halfway through my life and suddenly find out, oh, like, I don't know, shit, chickpeas can kill me because I'm allergic and I just never knew. Nickname for a crowbat. It's so dumb, but my brain just changed one letter and wants to call it crowbar. I don't know why. I know I'm stuck on it, but I don't know how I got there. I'm stuck in it because my brain's like, hey, you swap one letter into a different word. You're so smart. Just one more shiny. It's all I need. One more low level shiny. And then probably, to be fair, it's actually getting pretty late. So I think once I found my next one, considering I don't know the natures that well, but I'm assuming calm is not the nature you wanted. Especially not for a super aggressive crowbar bat. Definitely not. If I remember rightly, crowbat's a physical attacker, right? Or did I set mine up as special? I can't remember. What was the last game I used a crowbat? I think I just maxed out my crowbat in Arceus because I've got so many shiny Zubats. But I think the last one I built in was, I want to say Ultra Sun and Moon. Oh, nice. I think I hit a sweet spot with all like the natures, because I never actually started caring about the natures until I think maybe a generation before. I can't remember when they introduced the mints, but I just remember they didn't have the mints and I started like understand them and get into it. Then the next generation they introduced mints and I was like, oh well, now I don't even need to care. I just need to look them up on what they do and give them the right mint. I don't care if it's their original nature. Was it that early? That recent? Gen 8? I feel like they were rarer, but beforehand. I mean, it does sound right now I'm thinking about it, but... Oh, don't do that to me. Don't just hit me with the 5 years now. Like, that's one of those, like, just Indiana Jones face melt and suddenly like 1,000 years have passed moments. Oh, I mean, at least I gained a year back. I was interviewing one of the, like, a girl the other day. I was going to say one of the girls, like, as if you know them all. I mean, the Let's Go games. Yeah, interviewing a girl the other day, and she just went, oh yeah, that must have been like when I was still probably around like 14, 15, so like maybe 4 years ago. And me and my manager just looked at each other and went, oh my god, you're so young. And then that instant realization of, because you've thought, there you go, I'm so old. And I jokingly say I'm like a granddad on the internet, but oh my god, that felt real. That wasn't a joke. I genuinely felt like I should have grandkids by now, or at least like, I was gonna say be married with a mortgage, because that's like a go-to from when I was a kid. I have a mortgage, I just need to be married and have kids. There we go, 2 things I haven't done. See, even that hits because I know you were born after 2000. And I wasn't too far before that. So, like, I'm a 96 baby, but I still get to claim I was born in the 90s. 2004. Fuck me. You're now starting to understand why I'm just like... It took me so long to understand, like, /S for sarcasm. Or /S. The more I'm saying, the more I'm sounding like my nan and granddad sound to me. I'm just gonna stop and just look for the golden fish right now. Yeah, you taught me a fair bit. I'm like learning that SMH wasn't so much hate, it was shake my head. That's a super vivid one. I don't know why. And I wasn't even like that old. And like I feel like that was a pretty young one, but I'm just not down with the kids even when I was a kid. That's what I mean. I'm old before my time. Or I'm just that socially inept that I don't even keep up with the socially inept people. I've lost my crowd. And I'm now only just finding a crowd. A crowd that probably laughs at me, but feck it. People laugh at comedians. Comedians are too busy telling jokes to laugh with people. See, TikTok as well. Oh, I'm going to hate myself for saying this. But I don't get TikTok in the slightest. I just about get Instagram Reels, but even then, I find them so boring. Which you'd think would be the opposite, considering for people with the attention span of a gnat, which should be perfect for me. I feel like I'm just not despawning a load of these. Yeah, Insta Reels are way better because I feel like everyone posts the crap on TikTok. But then, if they've got a lifespan and they're actually half decent, people repost them to Instagram Reels. But even then, apparently, I don't use Instagram Reels, right? Because I just use, like, the timeline version where it's like, oh, you've seen all your posts. And I just scroll further down. It's like, you want to see dog videos and cats being dumb? I'm like, yeah, yes. Show me the dog knuckle punching his owner. I swear, I can probably get my phone up now and show you. If I wasn't fearful of, like, putting something out on the internet. Like, sensitive information. Like, the wrong person texts me at the wrong time. Like, nuclear launch codes that I should never have access to. I'm just like, oh, well, fuck, I chose now to show my phone on screen. You are not, wait, is that? Investigating. No, that's blue. Yeah, my Insta's pretty... I use my Instagram more when I get out because I love landscape photography and that kind of thing. Twitter, I was like, I will just revive it because I know a lot of people use Twitter and seem to be getting an audience, so notifications for like videos and live streams and whatever. That is pretty much all that is. I actually prefer using YouTube posts rather than Twitter. And I don't know why. But I feel like that's just because I'm already on YouTube for most of the day. Considering I use it for like my podcast as well as just watching random crap. Because it is hands down the best feature of Premium is just being able to listen to stuff in the background. So I just make a watch later playlist of all the podcasts in chronological order and just click play. No, not my podcast. I mean, fuck, I'm struggling to talk now. And then I've got to talk to people? No. It's not happening. Although I probably have a couple of friends who are like up for it. But I'm not a great talker. And annoyingly, I used to be a better talker and way more social, but COVID just kind of ruined that. Maybe if I kind of get back in the rhythm of it. But yeah, no. Not happening anytime soon. I can quite literally talk. Whether any of it's any good, God knows. I can script way better than I can talk. I give myself that. I'm way better at... The exact reason just went quiet. I was like, there's a joke somewhere in here. I'm way better at writing stuff out than I am reactionary talking. Annoyingly, people used to say I was quite witty and somehow lost that. That's the other weird thing, because, I mean, you probably understand this a bit more. This isn't also me normally, because I'm way more of a listener. But if I want to kind of hold a conversation or drive it, I can. It's just super draining. Like, I'm very much a believer in, like, people have two forms of a battery. I think I just like two forms of things and just forms in general, apparently. But, like, two forms of energy, depending on who you are. Sometimes you'll get energy from people and you kind of drive yourself that way, and that's what I'd say is kind of like extroverted people. But introverted, you'll go to your little hovel, den, whatever. 45 seconds. And recoup your batteries and then go out into the world and burn that battery up in half a second. And then you'll be like, nope, sorry, back to my cave. Like, they're what I think of like two types of energy. Yeah, I'm exactly that kind of way. And so I got invited out on like a hen do for like one of the girls in work. So I was like, yep, screw it. I've got no other reason, which I feel like is actually what helped me come a bit out my shell. Because I used to be way quieter than I was. And you do not want to see all the private videos on the YouTube channel now. That made me feel old. Some of them are from like 8-9 years ago now. But I was so much quieter and just had no sense of it. Just saw the Magikarp flying from the side of the screen. And it's distracting me from what I'm saying. Oh yeah. Just, if you've got no reason to say no, that isn't a legitimate reason, just go out and do stuff and it'll just help you like come a bit out your shell. Because you're forcing yourself to get practice in conversations, because at the end of the day, conversations are a skill. You just need to practice. But fuck do I hate practicing it. See, I was definitely... Sorry, I just read one before that. My English teacher hated me because I was definitely like... I thrived in school in small groups. And I was way more talkative just because I didn't care back then. Because that was kind of the... I don't know if you had it. Well, no, you definitely... I think kind of... It was like a worldwide thing at that point. The emo kids. I was one of those who was like, nah, fuck that. Fuck the world. I don't care. I do what I want to fully hit karma mode. My English teacher despised me. Because I was also one of those kids where I'd talk, but I'm a good listener. And she'd do the thing where she'd try and call me out and be like, okay, how do I word this rightly? Yeah, call me out for whatever she was just talking about, like, oh, well, what does this mean? And then I'd answer her and go back to talking to my mates about what we were just talking about. So she couldn't properly be annoyed at me because I was still listening to what she was saying. Oh my god, the deep voice thing. This is... So, I'm sorry, I gotta get rid of my camera as well because I can't see the other pickles. Glitch. I used to rarely want a deep voice and then somehow ended up with a deep voice. I'm like, why did I ever want this? I have a deep voice that doesn't carry unless I put effort into it. Like, I just sit in the background most of the time and I'm being called a mum. I'm like, no, I'm saying proper words and I'm enunciating. My voice is just very grumbly. I feel like it's a weird coach thing, because that to me makes no sense why you could bully someone for having a deep voice, but different coaches. But yeah, now I wish I had a bit of a higher register voice, or I just need to go to vocal training for it to carry a bit, or just generally like actually practice it day to day. Because it was a lot clearer when I was like doing bits of sing and practice every day. Which I still need to get back into doing some bits of sing and practice. It's so fun. Especially going back to that hen night that I was randomly invited out on. We ended up in a karaoke bar and people were just like, I got up on stage, got into this mindset, fully belted out some Freddie Mercury, like, don't stop me now. People were like, fucking hell, who put a pound in you? When did you kick off? And I was just like, it's my element. Because I always say, get me behind an instrument, a camera, a mic, whatever. That tiny bit of a barrier weirdly helps me have a ton of confidence for some reason. I can't explain it. On your phone. I'm still so annoyed that I didn't do the cover of Celestial for the video. I'm so annoyed. But it did get me wanting to do other covers since then. I just kind of need to practice a few. Because I just haven't... I perform for myself, but you need to... Weirdly, there's a mic etiquette. And you probably understand that. But when you've got a voice like mine, like when you practice and you can belt it, I can blow out a mic easy if I'm projecting. Like, if I'm not... Like, this actually has a lot of gain on the mic because I don't want to put any effort into projecting. I feel like that's what helps making streaming a little bit easier. I just basically turn the mic volume up whilst not turning the gain up so it doesn't bring up a lot of the background. Just little audio techniques. But if I'm properly singing and you're going for like certain tones of your voice, like I can almost do screamo singing. As much as I love niches of metal and that kind of thing. Not super into the screamo stuff, but it's great practice. You've kind of got to pull yourself further away. So if I'm playing guitar and singing, I've got to think everything what both my hands are doing. Also where the whole of the guitar is for the mic. Also how far I am away from the mic. So I know that's picking up the tone right. And how I'm singing. And sometimes if I'm improvising, I'm either in the zone and I do it perfectly, or it can just make me like shut down, and I've kind of got to like fuck it up and save it and go back to what I already know. Yeah, it's just people not knowing how to set up a mic. Like, mine set up very specifically, so it is funny if I point the camera down at my audio mixer, it's most of the time it doesn't even like flash green to register that I'm making any noise. But then if I just pick it up like a little bit, you can hear the tonal difference. But now it's picking up my voice, but even then it's not a ton. But then again, it's student council stuff. I feel like everyone's like, hey, yeah, fuck, I got it to turn on and it kind of works, so win. Just anything with schools. Like, fuck, the projector managed to turn on and I got my computer connected to it. That's a win. It's like, yeah, but it's also askew and doesn't fill the whole screen. And it's killing me, and it's slightly blurry because you didn't focus it. Yeah. Oh, what did they call him? Not the underdog. The sleeper hit. You were the sleeper hit vote. Or the other kid just managed to fuck it up so much that you just got all of his votes. Either way, you almost won. Or you did win. Yeah, because popularity can be a double-edged sword. Because if you're popular with one group, then other groups are bound to not like you, which is just being a celebrity in general. People love to hate the most popular people. Like, I have this debate constantly with my brother-in-law. He's like, I can appreciate Ed Sheeran for what he does, but I just don't like any of his songs. Like, you just got to give him a try. But I appreciate that. One, he is super popular, and sometimes there's no winning back after that. But then I'll say the exact same thing about like Taylor Swift. That too. Popular kids are popular and they ride that popularity. It's like, because I know so much about them, it's like TikTok, like famous influencers are just famous because they're pretty to the fan base. No reputable skills behind them. Maybe they can dance. Even then, half the time it's dances they copied off other people. Like, no skills to back them up. So like, oh, why aren't I famous on YouTube? It's like, because you got no decent ideas. You robbed all your ideas. And even then, like 10-second ideas. Pretty much. It is. Why did I just think of this analogy? It's OnlyFans for kids. Just with none of the nudity. I hate that I've just made that analogy. But I feel like that's why a load of Viners weirdly transitioned well, because it was less of the... There was still a little bit of the I'll be pretty and just ride that. But they had a little bit more of like a nous about them. Oh, I could have lived my whole life not knowing that and I would have been such a happier person. Like, I only just recently found out some people set up Twitters just so they get shown porn. That's a whole new world to me. Considering it's so much easier just to Google that shit. Although, I'll be honest, the amount of random porn Twitter also shows me, I'm not surprised they can do that. It is getting super late. I thought I would have found one in the last load of sandwiches. You know, this is how they always devolve, at least when I've got the energy, into something super weird. Because my brain will just tangent down a hole and then it'll just go, hole. And then I just keep saying that in my head for a while. And that is the only topic I'll sit on. Just holes, apparently. Because my brain is a full-on child. It's also the other thing that makes me think, oh, I just complained about the shiny. Please be a low level. Level 3. Yes. Okay, let's also just be nice for the video. Because I learned how to get decent shiny angles. If I go up, throw the ball at it. Although under the water it looks terrible. Oh, I can't. I shouldn't. I really shouldn't, but I really want to. Now my brain just... So I'm assuming you've seen Austin Powers. It's just going hole, hole, hole. I can't not think... Okay. I'll name it hole now. And if you see me rename it in the video, you'll know what its name originally was. But I can't have it be called hole for the video. It'll just be an inside joke for you and anyone else who catches like the VOD or whatever. God, I knew it'd end up something stupid. Did it? Oh, I've got me settings to not. Let's see. No, don't release. I'm trying to get check summary. Is it in here? Change nickname. There we go. Sorry, just read what you meant. HOLE. Hey, that is exactly what I said as well. HOLE. God, I need help. HOLE. It's not hard, it's 4 letters. It's not Magikarp I. Although those lips do... They say a lot. Okay, so we've got hole. Those glossy pink lips. It's not even wearing bronzer. It's full on gold because it's a fancy bitch. And I'm just gonna point this out and not explain it. I'm just gonna point out that you might notice I got a shiny Slitherwing and a shiny Iron Moth. And I also have a shiny Slitherwing and Iron Moth. I am not explaining why I have duplicates. I'm just gonna leave that there. And oh fuck me, that was like perfect timing as well. I still got 20 minutes left on the sandwich. But it's 1 minute past 12 and I've got... No, it's not something... There's no one in costumes. Nothing inside another thing. It's all innocent. Yeah, I've got work tomorrow, so I'm probably just going to do the rest of that sandwich in bed. Just realised what I said. And I don't eat in bed. That's... If there's anything dirty about that, it's having a sandwich in bed. Never. Yeah, sure. Who's on? I really don't want to click out this window. Let's open a second one. Sure. Let's copy and paste that name. See, I mean, G's coming and catching the stream that I actually did for once when I said I was gonna do it, and hopefully there's more when I can be bothered. But trying to do this on top of videos, I'm actually having more fun with the videos in the minute. So hopefully more of them end up going out. But yeah, I'll catch you soon. Prep everything so I don't mess it up like last time because I really had to practice. Also, there you go. I'm remembering what my scenes are set up like. Alright, catch you in a bit. Have fun. Bye.